So welcome back everyone to another Pokemon Go video, where today I'm going to be bringing you guys the top 10 rarest Pokemon in Pokemon Go. And no, that does not include legendaries. Yes, technically they are in the game by terms of coding, but they're not actually catchable, so I'm not going to be putting them on this list just as filler. You can't catch Mewtwo or whatever this thing is. We'll most likely be seeing the 3 Alliance legendaries come from some sort of community event, but for right now, let's have at it.
Number 10, Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd is extremely weak, and yet still one of the rarest to find in the wild. As for me, it's more of a nostalgic thing to catch the thing, so I personally would catch it just because of this one scene with it hitting Psyduck on the head, but so far, the only places that it has been found are in Asia, South Korea, and Japan, as it is supposedly region locked. Your best bet of finding regional rares that aren't in your region is by hunting around in zoos, as this has been rumored as a possible Easter egg added into the game because zoos have animals and thus Pokemon from around the world. Hatch eggs that you find in zoos as well, or at places that have zoo in the name for your best chance of catching any of the region-locked Pokemon. Number 9, Mr. Mime. Yet another region-locked Pokemon, this time Europe. Once again, not the most powerful Pokemon, even max to CP isn't really too impressive, although having one in itself is a story to tell because you won't find them in most countries. It is supposedly extremely common in Western Europe, so if you do live in North Africa or Eastern Europe, take a short vacation to Western Europe for a higher chance of finding Mr. Mime. If you'd like to talk Easter eggs, Western Europe is actually where miming became an act, so that could have something to do with why they added it in there. Number 8. In at number 8, we have got Tauros. Tauros is a normal type Pokemon found in North America. I've found that it appears in rural areas as well as cities. Although you may get lucky enough to find one in North America, those outside its boundaries won't be able to find the things at all because it is region locked, making it extremely rare. According to Niantic CEO John Hank, trading is coming to Pokemon Go during a future update, opening up a ton of new opportunities to get your hands on these rares, especially if you know anyone that's just vacationed to any of these places. Number 7. Kangaskhan is of course the twist on the word kangaroo, so in case it wasn't obvious enough, it is region locked in Australia. Yes, now Kangas is the most powerful out of the region locked Pokemon. Supposedly, if you live in New Zealand, you can also get this Pokemon. However, once again, there are reports of Kangas appearing at certain zoos. So if you do go to the zoo, pull out your app. Number 6, Snorlax, our favorite lazy bastard. The first way to get this one is to check landmarks, and when I say landmarks, I mean any landmark, because Snorlax is a normal Pokemon, so he can appear just about anywhere. If you're like me and you don't live right next to any monuments or anything particularly interesting, the other way to catch one is to hatch a 10-kilometer egg, which if you didn't hear, it significantly racks up your chance of getting more rare Pokemon, but if you can snag one of these things from the egg, it is the second highest obtainable CP Pokemon in the game, and the things are absolutely devastating for gym battles. Again, very rare to find one, and its lower evolved form I haven't even seen, but if you do go around enough, you can get one or hatch yourself a Snorlax. Number 5, Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl is a Pokemon from the age of the dinosaurs, regenerated from genetic material extracted from amber. So very, very interesting stuff there. It's a rock and flying type, which means it can be caught at quarries, towns, parking buildings, train stations, highways, large buildings such as shopping malls, farmland, forests, woods, and grassy areas such as nature reserves, playgrounds, parks, and gardens. This guy is among the strongest flying Pokemon in the game. His CP is extraordinarily powerful for flying, and you can hatch them as well as go for the 10-kilometer ones if you can for your best chance at snagging an Aerodactyl. 4. Electabuzz. Electabuzz is of course an electric type, and his max CP isn't extremely impressive, but it's not very low either. To find one, search in industrial parks, schools, and college campuses, and other dry places that are largely concreted over, and of course you can also hatch the things, but Electabuzz does not have any evolution forms in game, so you will have to catch it outright. I feel like we will get Electivire at some point in the series, but obviously they have to go in order of generation, so hold on to this guy because in due time he could become something much more powerful. Number 3. Gyarados. Now, Gyarados is extremely rare on its own, but if you plan to go the evolution route, you'll need 400 Magikarp candies just to get your hands on one of these things, and that's not including powering it up. So if you get a low level one, you're screwed. I'd say in my career, I have caught maybe 300, and I'm over level 30 right now, so that's saying something. Gyarados is both water and flying, so bodies of water, but also things like nature reserves or forests surrounding bodies of water might also help. Gyarados is not confirmed to be able to be hatched and is within the top 5 highest CP water type Pokemon, even including legendaries, and his Twister attack is one of the most effective and binding things you can use during gym battles. Tell you what, next time you're near a body of water, scream out the word Gyarados near the edge and see how many people flock nearby. That is living evidence of how rare the things are. Number 2, Lapras. Lapras is not confirmed to be able to hatch from eggs, and it's both water and ice. Can it be caught? Yes, it can be caught near rivers, streams, lakes, harbors, beaches, and generally bodies of water or even frozen bodies of water since it is ice. Now, Lapras is in the top 5 highest obtainable CP Pokemon in the game at the time, but I'm sure we will get legendaries at some point, assuming Niantic is trying to fix exploits before they release them into the code, because otherwise it wouldn't be as much of an achievement to catch them. Right now, Lapras is a must-have, and it's a beautiful Pokemon and the best water Pokemon that you can catch at this time. Number 1, Dragonite. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you find enough Dratini candies to evolve your highest level Dragonair into this guy, don't. Just wait until you find one, because then you can use your Dratini candies towards powering the things up. Anyways, Dragonite is a dragon and flying Pokemon, so you want to look for famous places or landmarks, and very occasionally it will appear in forests closest to landmarks. It's not confirmed to be able to be hatched, but if you see one, throw your best ball and load it up with berries, or else you will lose the best Pokemon in the game. You need 125 total Dratini candies to evolve it from Dratini all the way up to Dragonite, so to fully evolve the thing, it's a little bit of a hassle, but gym battles everywhere pop up with these things holding them, and there's a reason for that. If you're lucky enough to catch one, definitely work towards getting it powered up, because you will easily hold gyms all over the place. So yeah, guys, this has been the top 10 rarest Pokemon in Pokemon Go, excluding ones you can't catch, or in other words, legendaries. Let me know which list you'd like to see next. If you have any of the Pokemon on this list, let me know which Pokemon it is and what CP it is down below. Let's get 3,000 likes on this video if possible. Hit that sub button if you're new, and as always, stay fantastic. Free My Apps is the fastest way to earn real money by downloading apps. Find an app that you want to try, tap on it, and instantly earn credits. $30 million in credit has been given out to people just like you. After you've saved up enough points, you can spend them on pretty much anything you want. Free My Apps for iOS and Android, link in the description.